What is up, you guys? My name is Ben, and today I am asking Memento Cigars 20 questions. You're watching Expand Your Palate. All right, Memento, welcome to the show. How you doing?
What's up, dude?
This is absolutely, I just want to say, first of all, this is kind of crazy that I'm even on the call with you.
Mhm,
I haven't been watching you for too long, but before I
mhm.
even got into YouTube, my dad would send me your shorts all the time. It just all he would send me is your stuff. So I think it's crazy that I'm even on call with you. I'm just gonna say that.
That's super
Um,
cool, dude.
so just do us a favor and just tell my audience a little bit about you and your channel and what you're about.
Mm. Okay, so my name is Clint, aka Memento Cigars on YouTube and now Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram because I hardly have any followers there, and I'm gonna grow that this year. Um,
Yes,
but
sir.
yeah, I've worked at a cigar shop as a tobacconist there for about 7 years, maybe slightly over that, and it's been a journey. Fell in love with this hobby to the point where now it's became a part of my identity, where I'm now the cigar guy, and it's pretty crazy, dude. YouTube has been really fun and stressful and confusing and just a just a whole it's a relationship, but it's cool, dude. I'm having a good time, and I plan on growing it even bigger. Um, but yeah, I would say that that's about it.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So on to the questions. Question number one. What got you into cigars?
Okay, so I've always been into, meaning like attracted to
Mhm.
cigars. Um, my first cigar was in 2009,
Damn.
and that was on my 18th birthday.
Okay, yeah.
Uh, and I was gifted a fake Cuban Monte Cristo number two, and I wouldn't have known because
Yeah.
I was totally ignorant. I didn't even know how to smoke it. If I don't even think there was cigar content as far as YouTube for me to even learn this type of stuff at that time. So I literally just cut it and inhaled the entire thing because I was a thug at that point in time in my life, and I was determined to be a man and not quit, even though I threw up while smoking that cigar. But I was like, oh no, I'm not a bit. So I just finished the cigar. And I smoked cigars here and there, but I was 18 years old. So one, none of my friends were doing it, and two, I wasn't even a part of a culture that at that time cigars were expensive. Like there's a lot of factors that made me not really get into it. But I went, I became a daily cigar smoker in 2018 after leaving a church that was extremely legalistic and strict. And I think the prohibition from the church that I was subjected to only caused me to indulge in it all the way.
Okay.
Like I was into fragrances before getting into the church, but then when I left the church, I was really into fragrances. And actually, like for me, it was between me working at Neiman Marcus or Saks Fifth Avenue at a fragrance spot in there because I wanted to be around niche fragrances, or I wanted to work at a cigar shop as a part-time job, right? And it just so happens that cigar shop is what ended up happening, and here we are today.
hmm
So,
hmm
yeah.
And I think it's wonderful that you landed on it because uh fragrances aside, cigars aside, your whole energy is salesman. So it's just out of all things to land on, I'm glad you
Well,
landed on
you
cigar.
know, so prior to the job that I have now, almost every job prior to this was sales. And when I say the job I have now, like I have a day job, right?
Yeah,
So everything was sales. And I actually don't like I I I think my personality naturally is that way, even though I hate sales. Like I'm not into sales. I'm
really.
good at it, but I don't like it because I don't like persuading people to do anything. I I
The
I
same way, I
created
guess.
this YouTube channel to discourage people from smoking certain things. Like my first video that I actually unlisted because I didn't want the company to I felt like it wasn't fair to the company, okay? Because the cigar that I smoked was unbanded and it wasn't announced yet what that cigar was going to be that the company had released.
Yeah.
And I was I smoked it. I was like, "Oh, this is an $8 cigar." And I went on YouTube and was like, "Look, do not buy this mystery pack because it's not worth the money. If you think that you're going to get X, Y, or Z, you're going to get ripped off. This cigar doesn't cost more than $8 in my mind." And then when the price got announced as like 650, I was like, okay, let's take down this video
Yeah.
because now this cigar is actually a great cigar. And it's
Yeah.
funny how the price will make such a huge difference on whether the cigar is good or not, you
Oh yeah.
know?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that that's pretty much it, man. Like I don't like sales. Even at the cigar shop, like the my salesmanship comes down to me trying to find the person in the customer that I'm dealing with, uh, what it is that I think is going to be the best thing for them, which I think is the best long game solution. Like I don't recommend what I personally like to customers. I recommend what I think they're going to like based on either what they've smoked or if they don't have any sort of cigars to reference,
Hmm.
then I ask them what their favorite meat, vegetable, starch, uh, type of alcohol,
Yep.
like all a whole list of questions to figure out what their palate prefers, right?
Mhm.
And then I recommend them a cigar based on that. And
That's a damn good
that's a better
salesman.
way, in my opinion, than trying to take them to the most expensive thing in the shop where there's going to be a commission or taking them to just what I love and just uh, masturbating
Yeah.
because I'm getting all of the pleasure, you know?
Exactly. And I think that's something that I do that I struggle with thinking sometimes it makes me feel like it makes me not a good salesman, but then other times it makes me feel like it makes me a great one because sometimes I point people into a direction that doesn't necessarily make my shop the most money, but it
Yeah,
makes me the most happy with how I'm serving the customer.
yeah,
And I think at the
yeah,
end of the day, that's what's most important.
yeah. And it creates loyalists.
Yeah.
Like people can go to other shops. Like you're selling the same product as other shops, or at least close enough. I know people that have left shops and that were once loyal to my cigar shop, but
Hmm.
then a tobacconist pisses them off, and then you never see them again, you know, until
Yeah.
that tobacconist leaves or whatever. So it's extremely important, like that shops focus on customer service and really trying to offer the most value to the customer
Yeah.
because then they bring other people. You know, they're like, "Oh, dude, you've got to come to this shop. Like they're way better than blah blah blah." And then
Hmm.
I think that treating people the way you want to be treated is the
Hmm.
best way.
I think it's super important. Like one of the biggest things I do that when I first started working here, I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing that, but I still do it because I know it's the better option is when people are new smokers and they're looking for humidors. I never suggest a wooden humidor. Never. Even
Me
though it's
neither.
$250 and it's going to make my
Right.
boss happy, I'd much
Yeah.
rather sell you a $25 jar because that's what I
Yeah.
use. And I have 300 cigars sitting at home that I just set and forget. I don't touch them. And once a month, I check them and they're good. No maintenance, no
Hmm.
seasoning. And that's just what I feel comfortable telling people because that's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I'm the same way. Actually, my wooden humidors, if you asked me to go grab them right now, I wouldn't even know where they're at inside this apartment because I don't use them. I'm
Yep.
still using giant Tupperdoors with Bovida packs simply because I don't like. One, I'm not aging anything. I don't buy cigars to age.
Okay.
I buy cigars to smoke. It just so happens that they end up aging because you're like, oh, this is too special of a cigar for me to smoke right now. And
Exactly.
then you leave it there, and then it's like a year or two, three passes, and it's like, dang,
Yeah. But then you're happy about it.
yeah, 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 for sure. You're happy about it.
But I always tell people,
Um,
I say, listen, a wooden humidor, they're beautiful, they're great. Buy it if you want to put your cigars on display in your office or in your foyer. Other than that, I see no need.
for sure, dude.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Especially for beginners.
Oh yeah, especially. So, question number two. So, you already did mention your first cigar, but I guess give everyone a little refresher, and then if you know anything about that cigar that you want to talk about or any stories, um, go for it.
So that was my official first cigar, right?
Hmm.
But when in 2018, when I went into smoking anything again for the first time in a really, really long time, um, I started back with a acid blondie, and that was a magical experience for me. And I was like, dang, that's what like made me think, oh, dang, I want to smoke another cigar, And then I
There's
smoked,
layers to this shit.
yeah, yeah, because I at that like way back in the day when I had that Cuban Monte Cristo, quote unquote, um, the only flavored cigars that I had were like Philly Blunts and Swishers, and it was not a premium cigar by any stretch of the imagination, and they didn't taste like what that acid blondie tasted like. Like you could tell that was quality. And I don't know, it was a great experience, and then that just had me hooked from then on. I was sitting in the cigar shop every day after work, and then I was like, dang, I should work here. What am I doing? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
I love it. Question number three. What do you use as a humidor? I think you already
Mm.
mentioned this, but
Mm. Yeah, multiple large Tupperdoors.
okay.
And they're pretty freaking big, dude. They're like
Yeah.
I don't know. I bought them on Amazon and they're freaking great.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
All right. Question number four. How many cigars do you have in your collection?
I wanted to count. So what I did was I counted like the bottom row and multiplied that by the X and Y axis, and it's approximately 500.
Okay.
That's how much I have, and
I would have
I don't
expected
want to
more.
call it a collection, man, because I I'm not trying to collect anything. It's just over time. That's why I have a lot of singles. Like I'm not a box buyer because I work at a cigar shop. I don't really need to buy by the box because it's always there if I need it. Unless it's one of those cigars that we don't always get in, then it's like, okay, I need to buy a box.
Yeah.
Or if that particular batch is amazing, then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I need to buy the box.
Mhm.
But
But for
yeah,
the
no.
most part, it's like where you work is pretty much your walk-in humidor.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically your own
Exactly.
personal.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Okay. Um, Question number five.
Hmm.
Which of those cigars in your collection is your favorite?
Okay. So this is my favorite cigar, and it's not the best cigar, but it's my favorite cigar. Um, and anybody that's watched my channel before knows this is my favorite cigar because I've said it so many times. But this is the Le Bijou 1922, specifically in the box press torpedo size. It's my baby. It does everything I need it to do at a price point that's reasonable. It looks exquisite. It smokes exquisite. It
Uh-huh.
tastes unique. It's a great way to end your night. It's not great for any time of the day, but man, when I have it, it's just it. it's the one that I'm married to, you know?
I'm glad you brought that one up because maybe you can educate me a little bit on something that I was curious about today. Um,
Okay.
have you've had the 100 años of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. I just had that last week.
Yeah.
Like, no, 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 like an aged one. Because I'm telling you, like, I have cigars that
That just
I yeah, exactly. And I decided, you know what? Let me pull out this 100 años. The 100 años that I smoked from that year and that batch was mid compared to
really.
the original box press torpedo to me. To
How
me.
old was it? Was it the first year it came out?
Yeah, it was the first year that it came out.
Well,
So 2 years ago,
23?
maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And I was gonna ask like what because I'm not really sure. I'm still learning, and I want to understand what the difference is. They're the same blend, but it's different vintages of leaf.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know. I
Okay.
don't remember what the difference was with that cigar. I didn't even look it up because I knew I wasn't gonna do a review on it. I just wanted to smoke a cigar that was really special and enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the, I guess the reason why I wouldn't know something like that is because I said in my mind, I'm never gonna have this again anyway. Why do I need to know? You know?
That's fair. Yeah.
Whereas like Levy Jus or like something that stays on a shelf, I try to remember things. I specifically try to remember flavor profiles
Yeah.
and regions more than anything. But even then, dude, I don't know. Some tobacconists are like they know the name of the factory, they know the
Yeah.
whole lineage of the family, and it's like, man, I admire that you're that type of nerd. I'm not, but I admire it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think I'll ever be like that, but I try to learn as much as I can.
hmm
But overall, would you say it was equal or just worse or
mm, I don't think it's a better or worse thing. I think for me it was worse, and the reason was is I thought that it was actually less complex. I thought that it was um, it lacked. It was stronger.
okay?
That's what I would say is that it was stronger, but it was also a lot more smoothed out. And I think that that was probably because I smoked it when it first got released. I guess that was 3 years ago. And I still was of the same opinion as far as me preferring the OG over it. But um, but I think that it probably smoothed out due to the age on
The
it.
aging, yeah. Now,
Yeah.
did they only came in that one Vitola?
So both of the times that I smoked it, they were both given to me because
Okay.
my shop never actually carried that cigar.
Okay, yeah.
And people that know me know that cigar is like my favorite cigar.
Yeah.
So it was given to me. I really don't know if it came in
Okay.
multiple Vitolas or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 6. What is your favorite type of cut?
Okay. You know, my favorite cut is a V cut. Um,
Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you.
It's yes, budget is right. Like sometimes a V cut may crack the cap. Sometimes a V cut may cut past the cap. Sometimes like, but screw that. I enjoy the process of or the smoking experience with a V cut so much more than anything else. I think it's superior, dude.
Yep.
I think it's superior. I love it.
Agree. I agree. I mean, you watched my video, so you know what I said last time. I have been using a punch cut a lot just because I'm
Mm-hmm.
lazy and it's on every lighter I have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But V is superior and straight. I won't touch it.
Yeah. 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 No, straight. It's cool. Like if you're smoking a Lancero or if you're smoking something that has a small cap, I pull out the straight, but that's the only time, man.
Yeah. Okay. Question number 7. Do you prefer torch or soft flame?
Mm, okay. This is me being the pretentious dude that I am. I am team soft flame 100%. If I could, exclusively do soft flame, I would exclusively do soft flame.
Really?
And yeah, it's because it's sexy. Like it feels like romance. It's like
Okay.
I'm taking my time with it. It requires a little bit more skill in order to toast
Yeah.
because the flame will be moving around. So you got to be like just right.
Yep.
But it's I enjoy the whole process of the soft flame, and I don't know, man. Other than it's sexy, that's my reason. It's not the
It's a
best
damn good
reason.
reason. It's a damn good reason. I agree with you, although I prefer torches.
Yeah, I
I
get it,
do.
dude.
I do
So
agree that
okay,
it looks
okay,
better.
okay. In terms of torches, what type of flame on a torch?
Um, I guess I
So you
don't
got
really prefer either. I do enjoy. I mainly use either a single or or four flames. I don't think I've ever used a double. But I think the ones that touch each other,
point.
the
Okay,
pointed one, those are cool
yeah,
looking. But I don't think I
yeah.
prefer any specific one. What about
Okay,
you?
okay. So if there was, it's a tie for me. It's a tie. Depending on the Vitola, it's either going to be a single flame or it's going to be a flat flame. And personally, I think the flat flame would beat out all of them because the flat flame, I can use it like a paintbrush to paint the foot of the cigar. And then if I want to touch up the cigar, I just turn it to the side and then it's razor sharp and I can touch up the cigar if I need to. So that's
Okay.
why I love the flat flame.
Okay. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was going to ask you, as far as soft flames go, do you prefer matches or an actual lighter?
Okay.
Now we're
You
getting into
know,
meat and potatoes here.
yeah, no, I'm not that romantic, okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I'm taking her out to dinner, but that's
You're
as
not
far as
laying
the
it down
romance.
afterwards. You're not.
Like I'm
I
not
feel
doing
you.
matches, I'm not doing cedar spills or anything like that unless the cigar is actually that exclusive and expensive.
Yeah,
Like
that you feel
if
you
I
need to
ever get
respect it more.
yes, yes. So if I ever am able to smoke a Cohiba uh, Behike, a real one, which I had the opportunity, but I wasn't willing to spend $350 on it. But if I ever get to smoke one, I'll use probably I know I'll probably use a cedar spill for that. And
Okay,
same thing with the Oro Blanco from Davidoff. You know, that's like $800. If I ever get to smoke that, then I'll be using a cedar spill on that. But other than that, man, no, I'm not lighting with that.
I feel you. I feel like I tend to I don't use soft flame very much at all, but if I do, it's always inside. I would never use one outside. It's just too hard. And the
Hmm.
cedar spill, funny you mention it. I have never done it, but I want to do it. So I picked up a couple of those at my shop, and I'm gonna maybe in my next video I'll light mine that
Yeah,
way. It imparts
yeah.
good flavor on it, like it comes through or no?
No and yes. Okay, so most of our taste comes from our nose, right?
Hmm.
So because that aroma, especially like if you're inside of a cigar shop, because that aroma is in the air, I think it plays like a psychological game as though you're getting more of that cedar taste. Now, maybe scientifically you're getting like, I don't know, 0.1% of that infusion when you light it, but I
Yeah,
would say it's more of an aroma thing than anything, and just a purist thing than anything. You know, you
yeah.
not introducing any butane into the lighting process.
Okay. Um, no, while we're on the topic, before I get to the next question, I want to know final thought on what is your opinion on Zippo lighters? A lot of people say if you use a Zippo lighter, you're going to taste that in the cigar. I personally disagree with that. What's your take on that?
Um, Again, I think that it's a smell thing.
Okay.
And I think that, well, okay, so are we talking about a Zippo with lighter fluid, not
With
butane,
actual,
right?
yeah, with actual fluid, yeah.
I am going to parrot what I was taught. And I've never owned an actual Zippo,
Hmm.
and I've never lit with a Zippo. So I would literally just be parroting what I was taught at the cigar shop and throughout the years, which is that it will taint the taste because you're using lighter fluid rather than butane,
Okay.
which butane is tasteless and odorless.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't have any real experience with a Zippo. I
Gotcha.
love them. If I buy one, I'm probably still not. I'm gonna buy an insert and use it as
Mhm.
a butane lighter, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I've done it twice, and
Huh?
my experience, I'd have to say no. I mean,
Okay.
I think the first time I did it, I thought I kind of tasted it, and maybe like you said, it's the smell.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, I feel like even if it is tainting it, that's all gonna burn off in the first
Yeah.
3 or 4 pops.
Right. So
So
true. Yeah. And I think a lot of this stuff is over complicating something.
correct.
Um, because I mean, you can purge. Like even when I use a torch lighter, I I toast the foot and then I puff on it just to ignite it, blow on it, and then I actually hold on. I toast the foot, then I blow through it, and then actually ignite it with the torch.
Okay.
And I blow through it just as a safety measure in case I overcharge the foot of the cigar, even though I'm like OCD when it comes to toasting a cigar.
Yeah.
Still, I'm also that OCD goes into even like me purging right on light up. So I think that probably purging even with a lighter fluid lighter may have the same effect. I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Question number 8. How do you feel about aromatic cigars? Are there any you like and any you hate?
You know, okay. If, okay, how do I feel about aromatic cigars? I think that aromatic cigars are, oh my gosh, they're great in the sense that I think that it's an excellent introduction to new smokers. And I mean, I'm a perfect example of that. Like if I didn't smoke that acid blondie and I would have smoked something else that was probably not flavored, I don't know if that would have turned into me working at a cigar shop to this day, right?
Okay.
And I used to, of course, like during that first year when I was smoking aromatics and just smoking everything, I loved aromatic cigars. But then I've I've gotten to the point where I don't enjoy them at all. Like the only aromatic I can actually there's two that I'll actually smoke, and it's more of I've smoked 8 cigars and my palate's burnt out and now I just need something to smoke that I'm going to actually taste. That
Yep.
would be the Rocky Patel Java Mint, or it would be the Tabaco Especial Negra.
Okay.
Both of them, these Maduro coffee forward cigars. But I don't know, man. Like I really actually don't like the taste of infused cigars anymore.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's also because if I light one up, I can't light another cigar up behind it, and
Correct.
that pisses me off.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't judge people for smoking aromatic cigars. Now, I will. I'm going to be honest with you. If if I see a guy that's like 10 years deep into the hobby and all he smokes is aromatics and he says that any cigar is a good cigar, I'm like, okay, dude, I don't trust you at all because
Exactly. Yeah.
you don't have enough experience with just natural tobacco to
I
I don't
agree with
know.
that. I
Yeah.
agree with what you said about I think they are absolutely incredible for new smokers. I can
Yeah.
tell you in my shop, I don't know how yours is, but in my shop, acids are top seller and
Hmm.
it's always younger guys. and
Mm-hmm.
occasionally those dirt old guys, but I think they're great for new smokers. Me personally, I don't like acids. I don't like deadwoods. My favorite aromatic cigar is a Java Red. I am a whore
Oh,
for cherry flavor,
yeah.
but
Okay.
I am
Yeah,
also
you're a pipe smoker.
yeah, I'm a pipe smoker. So if I
Yeah.
want flavor, I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
for my pipe
Mm-hmm.
90% of the time. And if I do have an aromatic cigar, it's like you said, I'm not having anything after. It's gonna be my last one of the night,
Yeah.
usually after a really heavy dinner, and I'm good.
Yeah. 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 No, for sure, dude. It's funny. Like even with pipe tobacco, I still don't enjoy aromatics. I like. There's only one tobacco that I can actually truly say that I enjoy, and that's Latakia. I love.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that like dark, but
Yeah,
it's the closest thing to a cigar. Like
yeah.
most pipe tobacco is very mild and easy, and I don't like the tongue bite I get from Virginia tobacco. Um, it, Even though like I'm not willing to. It's okay. Pipe smoking is for a special breed of person that is very. Um, this is why you see wise sages. The sage is smoking a pipe. Gandalf smoking a pipe. Albert Einstein smoking a pipe. Why? It's a certain type of mind
Hmm.
that is a pipe smoker. They are methodical. They are thoughtful. They are very intentional. And I
Thank
know, hey, I'm complimenting you, dude. And they are patient,
Yes.
and you have to constantly relight. And it's a marriage with a pipe. Whereas like this right here, it's a relationship. It's a
Yeah.
committed relationship, but it's not a marriage like
Hmm.
what pipe smoking is.
Yeah.
So,
I watch a lot of guys that do both, and most of them say like the pipe is what they pick up if they're reading or they're just working or doing something, and the cigar is something more for if they're mowing the lawn or doing something
mm-hmm,
active, building
mm-hmm.
something. Now, how often do you smoke pipe tobacco?
Dude, at one point in time, it was an everyday thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly what caused me to just totally stop, but I have all of this Latakia pipe tobacco and I haven't smoked it in probably 3 years since I worked at my
Really?
last shop before it closed. So
But you still
yeah,
have your pipe, or how many pipes did you have?
I had I had probably three corn cobs, two Petersons, and a Savinelli. And my favorite Peterson is I have a Dracula. Uh, it's a yeah with the red and black
Yeah,
stem. Yeah, I love
I
it,
got two
dude.
of
And
those and I love them.
I think it's called a bull. Is that a bully or
Um,
it's straight
Bulldog
straight
would be, yeah,
bulldog. That's it. Yeah
yeah.
yeah yeah yeah. And I love it.
And you
I
still
love it.
have those?
Yeah yeah. I still have them. Uh huh.
Yeah.
The only one I have here because in my office at work, they're like decoration pieces on my
Hmm.
desk. So the only one that I actually have here is that Dracula because it's too nice for me to risk getting it stolen by the cleaning crew or something like that. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I need to cherish this. So it's on
Yeah.
display on in my bookshelf.
Okay. So you've only ever had English blends with the Latakia, or you've had other stuff like Virginias and
Oh no, I went through a journey of trying different types of pipe tobacco.
Mhm.
Um, but Latakia was the one that I enjoyed smoking the most. And maybe if pipe tobacco was more available and I didn't have to order it online, maybe I would be more into smoking pipes. But my cigar shop doesn't sell pipe tobacco. And
Yeah.
actually, there's only one cigar shop in Houston that I know of that even carries pipe tobacco.
Hmm.
So I
Have
I
you
don't have as much experience with it.
have you ever had any blends that had cigar leaf in them?
Yes, and I enjoy those. I do. I
Okay.
enjoy those because they're more full bodied, and I
Okay.
enjoy that. But it's also like I don't have a giant bowl. Okay, none of my pipes are like these huge bowls.
Yeah.
But a Toro is how much I need in order to feel satisfied.
Yeah.
I'm not a Robusto smoker. The only situation in which a Robusto is going to satisfy me is if I'm like, you know what, I don't have a lot of time, or a Corona or something like that. But really, what satisfies me is a Toro. I can smoke one Toro and be good for about an hour or two, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
pipe,
picking your
I'll
brain
just
so
keep
much
on
about it
reloading.
because I'm eager to know if I sent you a couple of samples, would you try some other stuff or are you just
Of course, dude.
yeah?
Yeah, no. I definitely try it, dude.
Okay. Because
Don't
I've
send me a
got
lot though.
oh
Don't send
yeah,
me a
maybe
lot.
like three
Like
or
two
four.
bowls worth, and then that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
would hate for it to go to waste. You
Dude,
know?
I have more tobacco than I have brains. It's insane. I have so many jars. I have shit that I literally open it up, I jar it, and then I tuck it away. It doesn't get touched because I'm so busy smoking all the other stuff that I like.
Wow. Yeah,
So yeah, I would love to send you a couple different blends.
dude,
Um,
I'm totally down.
yeah, for
Totally
sure.
down.
But yeah, I will convert you to smoking a pipe more often than you do. Just like Budget Smokes. I'm gonna get both you
Nice.
guys puffing on pipes daily.
Nice.
We need it. We need
I'm
it.
down, dude. I'm down.
All right. So question number 9. Any favorite drink pairings?
Um, Black coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And I know you don't like, yeah,
you
exactly.
guys are crazy.
Yeah. So I used to be the type of guy that would put a minimum of 8 packets of sugar in my coffee
Yeah.
plus cream. And my grandmother and grandfather, my grandfather had to get his legs amputated from diabetes, and my grandmother also had diabetes. So as I got older, I started to become a little bit more conscious of the sugar that I intake, even though I still have a problem with it, to be honest with you. But at least I don't get as much sugar in my diet as I would if I had it in my coffee, because it's just so easy. Like I drink
Mhm.
probably 3 cups of coffee a day. So
Yeah.
me having black coffee, it's a much smarter decision. And now I acquired a taste for it, and I love
Yeah.
it.
And you know what? I think a lot of people, first of all, I think a lot of people that drink like Dunkin' every day, I don't think they realize how much sugar is really in what they're ordering. Because when I worked
No,
there, I'd have people order a large iced coffee, 10 cream, 10 sugar, and I'm like, I'm holding it in my hand. I'm like, this is over 50% of the cup. But
yeah,
I can almost guarantee you the 18-year-old girl that just ordered that has no idea how
no,
much sugar that.
no, dude, you're so right. You're so right. It's straight
So,
sugar. I
uh,
worked at Starbucks, and yeah, I can relate, dude. I don't
it's
know.
crazy. Now, me personally, I did mention before I tequila is my pairing of choice, but this is my first time having wine with a cigar, and it pairs so well with this T52. It's
Yes,
insane. I'm
yes.
gonna do it more.
And that's a cab sauv?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, dude, that's great. Like cab sauvs, generally speaking, are great with darker, richer cigars. I think that's an excellent dude. Wait, oh my God, a cab sauv with the Le Bijou? Ooh, bro,
Probably gonna hit. We're about to find out.
it does. I've done it so many times.
We're about to,
Oh my
yes,
God, I'm
sir.
excited for you, dude.
And I'm killing this bottle right now. I went in to pour more, and my mom's like, I'm like, don't worry, I'll buy you another bottle.
That's
Uh,
great, dude.
so number 10, favorite movie to sit back and light up a cigar while you watch.
Um, so man, I don't even watch movies. All I do is ingest YouTube. And actually, when I do watch movies, I YouTube has turned me into a miniature film critic, because now, like, I used to just watch a movie and just take in the storyline, and then that was it. Now I'm like, oh my God, what a beautiful angle. Oh my God, what great color grading choice on this scene. It's like I'm looking at movies totally different
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
simply because I'm trying to film angles in YouTube, and trying to, I don't know, make it as interesting as a cigar
Yeah,
review possibly can be, but
it gives you a different perspective. Yeah.
for sure, man. But no, actually, like when I smoke a cigar, like if I'm really smoking a cigar, I I prefer to do it completely alone with no interruption and not doing anything other than smoking the cigar. Like I want my full attention to be on the cigar if it's new. Like if I smoke it all the time, then yeah, I'll chill and watch YouTube, you know, but if it's something new, then all of my attention goes to that and I love that. Like
Have you ever seen Interstellar?
dude, S tier. Absolute S tier movie. I think I've cried every time I've watched that movie.
I wish I could watch that for the first time again.
Bro,
It
did you
is.
know Interstellar is a allegory for our relationship with God? The Father, oh, you did know this.
I didn't. It makes sense.
Okay, the Father represents God
Okay.
being near, communicating with humanity, and trying his best to steer humanity, his daughter, in the right path. However, she can never actually see him or touch him. And he's meanwhile in an alternate dimension, reaching into another world and trying to influence things in the real world for the benefit of his daughter and her leading
Yeah.
to the final destination where she needs to go.
I
It's
never looked at it
amazing,
like that.
bro. It blows my mind.
I
Blows
think
my mind.
I think you have now given me a new perspective so that when I watch it next, it actually will feel like my first time again. That's
Mm-hmm.
incredible. I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing.
Amazing. Number 11. What is your favorite company that just keeps putting out killer cigars and does not seem to miss?
Bro, I know I knew this question was gonna come, and I can't answer it with just one company. I really can't. And it's not because I'm trying to be politically correct. That's not it. It's actually just because there are three companies that in my mind are completely tied for different reasons. And number one, which is not in any particular order, is my father. I
Okay.
think my father doesn't miss. Number two, again, not in any particular order, is Placencia. I think Placencia doesn't miss. And number three is Davidoff. I don't think that they miss either. But
Okay.
they're in different price brackets, you know?
Very, yeah.
And they're a different they serve different purposes, and this is why it's so difficult, you know? Like my father is your average everyday cigar that feels luxurious. Placencia is actually luxurious. And when you realize that they're a family of farmers and that they've been farming far longer than they've owned a brand, you see that carry over into their blending, you know? And then Davidoff, especially on their limited edition releases when they actually get to use rarer tobacco, because it's hard to use rare tobacco whenever you're trying to come out with something that's going to stay on the shelf. But like their Zodiac series is mind blowing.
Really.
There's nobody that does complexity like Davidoff. Nobody. They're they're they're
I've
the most complex mainstream brand.
yeah. I've only ever had one Davidoff. I loved it. It was like the that tin you get with the four bellicosos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
And when you
amazing.
say it was a tin
The tin,
and
yeah.
it had bellicosos, what
hmm
was it, a Maduro?
no, it was. Do they only? Is it a natural and then a Maduro? Is that the only two that they?
No, they have so they came out with the bellicosos of the late hour.
That's the
They
one. Late
have
hour.
the late hour.
That's the one
Okay,
I had. Yep.
dude, if there was one to be smoking, that's a great one.
It was an amazing one. I have three more sitting upstairs, and I have four Davidoffs in my collection, and I'm very excited to get into them. But
Which ones do you have? Do you remember?
I have the off the top, I don't know what they're all. One is it's a Connecticut, it's a Perfecto. So I guess it's just like what is it,
Okay.
Davidoff, Connecticut
I think it's the no, it's the Davidoff Anniversario.
Anniversario. Okay, that sounds about
Yeah.
right. I have the Escuro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's yeah, and then trying to think, one of them looks just like the Escuro, but the band is orange or
Oh, the
red.
Nicaragua.
The Nicar. Okay, yeah. And then the fourth one, off the top of my head, I don't remember which one it is.
Okay. Maybe it's the Yamasa, or maybe it's the Winston Churchill white band, or is
I
it
think it's a black band.
black band.
Black
I
band,
think I think the
and it's dark. It's a
Yamasa. Anyway, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
yeah. But I have those. I'm very excited to smoke them. I will make videos on all of them.
Yeah, dude.
So I hope they're as good as you say.
Well, I think that Davidoff is okay. You know this, but a lot of people that are newer in cigars don't know this and mistake price for good,
Yeah,
expecting that, oh, if I pay three times the price, I'm going to get three times the experience. But it depends on what type of experience you're trying to have.
correct.
Like Davidoff's Davidoff, because of their refinement, their quality control, their like the Escurio specifically, it's not my favorite blend, but do I appreciate it? Absolutely. It's a totally unique cigar that there's nothing else that you can have as an alternate to that on the market, as far as I'm aware of. And you get complexity out of Davidoff. Like there's just yeah, like I said, I think that they're the most complex
Yeah.
mainstream brand. Like boutique brands, yeah, they're often they can afford to do a lot more creative stuff because they're working with so little tobacco and they don't have to
Mm,
produce as much. But I think Davidoff is the GOAT.
yeah. I think when it comes to prices and stuff like that, I there's more of a correlation between brand and experience than there is between price. I think if Plasencia came out with a cigar, which I don't think they ever would, but if Plasencia came out with a cigar that was $8, it would schmack. Yet,
Oh, they kind of did.
okay, yeah.
The Reserva original. It's like $9 and it smacks,
Oh,
especially in
true.
the Cortez side.
That is $9.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
It's
then my point proven. Um, but then I think again, like I don't. Are you familiar with Aladino?
Mm-hmm.
So like, not to shit on Aladino, I've had a couple of them. They're great, but we have Aladinos at my shop, that are 23, 25, $30.
Yeah.
I really doubt they're as good as a Plasencia.
Yeah.
Really doubt it. I don't know if you've had those ones that are in that price
Yeah.
range.
I've had some Aladino now. I'm not as well versed in their portfolio as others that are larger brands.
Yeah,
But Aladino, man, so this is kind of like the Fuente and the Padron mystique, okay?
yeah,
Aladino, okay, so Padron went from Cuba to Nicaragua, and that's where they made their name and was in Nicaragua. The Fuente family came from Cuba, went to the Dominican Republic, and they did the unimaginable and made a brand that uses Dominican tobacco, especially like the Opus X, using a Dominican wrapper, which was said that it was impossible to do with Dominican tobacco, and they're now famous, right? Aladino, they went to Honduras, and they've made it's like I for some people that means a lot to them. Like for
yeah,
me, it doesn't mean a lot to me, but there's people that are like real fans of these brands because of what they had to go through in order to become who they are. And it's like the underdog story where now they're the big dogs, but at one point in time, it's like they're fleeing for their lives or their livelihood and end up becoming successful and end up becoming goats. Like I personally I don't think the Opus X is the best cigar in the world. I don't think that any Padron is the best cigar in the world, but I can't knock them because of the heritage and the history and struggle that they've had to go through in order to get where they are.
Oh, it's incredible. Like the story of Fuente with the factory fires. I mean, it truly is incredible to the point where even if they made a shit cigar, which they don't, they would still be as popular as they are.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think like we said, like price really means nothing. It's I haven't had many Padrones. I think I've had two Padrones.
Hmm.
I've had the 80 year and I've
Hmm.
had the 7,000 Maduro. And
Oh,
and I gotta say, like that 80 year, I think I paid 35. And I mean, it was a long time ago. I'm sure my palate has changed, but when I had it, it was one of the worst cigars I've ever had. And I was very
no.
upset because I was like this, but again, I just started and I was at that point where I was like, okay, $35, this shit's gonna taste amazing. And it didn't. But yet I love one of my favorite cigars is Plan B Maduro by Oscar. $4.
Mm,
I would pay
hmm.
$10 for that. So sometimes you just find those hidden gems.
Wow. Yeah, I've never even heard of the Plan B. My shop doesn't carry it. That's
Oh,
awesome. I
man,
need to
it's
check that out,
the
dude.
Plan B Habano, the Plan B Corojo. Those are better, but the Maduro, it hits, man. And
Wow.
that's the one we usually carry, so that's the one I end up smoking most
Mm,
often. Um, but yeah, yeah. I mean the T52, man. This is in my top five, and it's
I know.
19.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal stick, man.
Yeah.
It is.
Uh, what is number 12? What is the most overrated cigar in your opinion?
Uh, man, this is like this is the most dangerous thing that I could possibly say right now.
Don't worry, I don't get a lot of views. Speak your mind.
Yeah, right now, dude. Right now, until they go through the catalog 10 years from now and have a expose. um, but so I'm going to say that this is overrated, not because it's a bad cigar, and I think that it's a great cigar, but literal definition of just being overrated, like speaking way too highly about it, I would say the Opus X, the original Opus X. Uh, I, I, working at a cigar shop, it's like, would you stop calling me? No, we don't have Opus in. No, we don't have Opus in. No, like, dude, if there's only three cigars, and this is probably the same with you, right?
Yeah.
You're either gonna get a call about Opus X, you're gonna get a call about the Amazon Basin, or you're gonna get a call about the Andalusian Bull. And those are the three cigars that I constantly get calls about, and they all annoy me because it's like, I wish we had it. We don't have it.
Yeah.
Do you know when you're gonna get it in? No, I don't know. They just drop when they drop, dude. I
We
don't know.
we just got Andalusian Bull last week and I
Mm,
think we got two boxes of it. Sold out in
mm-hmm, mm.
I got
Dude,
one.
dude, so what is yours? What would you say is the most overrated?
Oh wow. Man, I didn't know you'd throw the question back at me. Most overrated.
Uno reverse on you.
Honestly, I mean, not to be a dickhead, but until I have more of them, I'd have to say pretty much any Padron, in my opinion.
Okay,
Until
yeah,
I
yeah,
have more and it kind of convinces me otherwise. I mean, you saw I have those two Padrones sitting upstairs, and I have high hopes for them.
yeah.
But until I have them, I'm going to say pretty much any Padron.
Bro, I'm so glad that you didn't smoke that Padron on stream, man, because I think that that's the like I I don't like doing podcasts or any sort of like talking with people when I'm smoking something for the first time, and especially something that expensive.
Okay.
Like you really need to get the experience without any sort of uh any sort of distractions, you know? And I think that Padron, do you like black pepper?
Yeah.
You
Don't love
do?
it. Don't love it, but
Okay.
I
Okay.
like it
Because black pepper
because that's all
is
this, right? This is pretty much a black pepper bomb, right? Okay.
Actually, I would say that it's a red pepper bomb. You do get some black pepper, but no, it's way more red pepper,
Okay.
especially like on the last third. That last third. Okay, so let me put a caveat. The box press torpedo doesn't have as much red pepper as what you're going to get from the petite robusto. That is a red pepper bomb. I
Really?
mean, oh God, yeah, dude. I think that the petite robusto may be it may be the strongest out of everything, even though it's the smallest. Dude, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. All I'm saying is it's definitely got more red pepper than what you're gonna get out of the
Okay.
Toro or
Well,
the
that's
box
good
press
because
torpedo.
I am a red pepper fan. I enjoy black pepper, but I will say it does get overpowering for me sometimes. And
Mm-hmm.
like I
Mm-hmm.
texted you, I've had this once before, probably 2 years ago, and it was back when I really didn't understand flavors, and all I can remember is too spicy, hurt tummy, stopped smoking. That's all I remember.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
So, but I think I can handle it now because I think the T52 would have done the same thing to me back then,
For
and I
sure. For
love.
sure. Yeah. No, that's a stronger cigar for sure.
All right, number 13. What cigar do you want 100 of, but you can never find it anywhere?
Um, the the year of the rabbit from Davidoff.
Okay.
I want 100 of those.
Yeah.
It could be the year of the tiger. It could be the year of the snake, but it's definitely a Davidoff year of for sure.
Now,
It's one of those three.
refresh my mind. The Davidoff Year of the Tiger is that the one where they actually like the wrapper literally has like stripes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
incredible looking cigar.
God, it was so good,
Were
dude.
they it was limited or it's still in release or
So the way that the Zodiac series works is, which is why it's such a big deal, uh, is this is the year of the horse currently. You can't buy year of the horses. If you find them, I recommend that you just buy it because you have to wait another 12 years for that cigar to come out again. So
Oh.
it follows the Chinese calendar, and you're gonna have to wait until it goes through the whole calendar again in order for you to get it. But as we know, tobacco is not it's not ketchup where this bottle of Heinz was a better bottle of Heinz than this bottle of Heinz, you know? It depends on, okay, how much sunlight did the leaf get during that season? How much rainfall did it get? What was there's so many factors that are going to affect
Yeah.
that blend, and that's why, like, if you love a particular cigar, you buy a box. You just buy the box because you don't know whether the next time that it's released, if it's going to hit the same as it did that particular uh
Yeah.
drop.
That's fair. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like Amazon Basin, dude, or Liga Privada #9. Like people, or Andalusian Bull. When the Andalusian Bull got #1, it was different. And it still sells like crazy, right? A lot of it I attribute to its popularity from it being #1, but it's not the same. It's the same blend, but it doesn't taste the same
Yeah.
as it did when it released. Legal #9, same thing. Amazon Basin, same thing. Like there's slight variations every time that you get one, so it's like you're kind of chasing the dragon.
Yeah. Now all those Chinese calendar ones are they like expensive or
So generally they're anywhere between $50 and $65. Yeah, but I look, depending on the year, dude, it's worth it.
and you really can
Depending
only
on
get
the
them
year.
as a you can only buy a full box. You're not getting them as singles or they come you can get them as singles.
No, they come singles, yeah.
Okay.
And now some shops, because they know they'll sell it as a box,
Yeah.
right? Some shops they're like box only because we know that we're going to sell through this. Whereas some boxes that are a little bit more socialist, they're going to be like, "Oh no, limit of 2 per person
Yeah.
so that everybody gets to try it," you know?
Well, if I ever come across any of those, I will definitely get them. But I don't know. Do you know like how often do they are they released? Or it's
Every
for
year.
each free? Oh, it's every year.
Yeah, around end of November, December of this year, you're gonna get the next Zodiac series.
Okay. And then you'll see that one again every 12 years.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Do you know which one's the one that's coming up?
I don't know. I'd have to
Okay.
check the calendar. I really don't know.
Okay.
I
All right.
know I haven't had it for
Yeah.
sure. I started let me say this. I my first year of was oh, I don't even know. I don't even know. I can't even tell you. Let me not make up stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
That's fair.
But yeah, I have boxes from every single year that I've smoked them. And I plan on collecting all 12 of them
Yeah.
so that I can say I have the full collection.
Yeah. All right. Question number 14. What inspired you to make YouTube videos?
Uh, Warning people to not waste their money on something. Like like I said, the first video that I did, so actually the first few videos that I did were either very expensive cigars or cigars that like the first video that I did was about a cigar that came without a band because they were going to release it, but they were going to announce it later, right? But they wanted you to guess what it what line it was going to be a part of and all of that, right? And I hated that I spent $50 on that little pack. And I was like, man, I gotta tell somebody not to waste their money on this because this is a ripoff.
How many were in the pack?
There were three cigars in the pack. And at that time, cigars were a lot cheaper, okay?
Yeah.
So um I felt like I got ripped off. But then I didn't feel as bad when I found out that it was a $6.50 cigar. I still felt like I paid way too much for the pack, but it's actually become one of my daily smokes. Like I reach for it regularly now
Okay.
because the value for money is there.
But
And
you
then
won't
I
say
did
what it
like
is?
I'll say it, I don't care. It
Oh,
was
okay.
the Nika Rustica Adobe.
Okay.
I Yeah, I trashed it because at that particular time, Davidoff, Drew Estate used to do these things called Freestyle Fridays.
Okay.
And you would get a QR code that you'd scan and you'd be able to watch a live stream of them unveiling what cigar it was. They would tell you what the price it was, what the wrapper, binder, and filler was, what the process was of making it. And everybody was like in a live chat, and people would be dropping their guesses of how much they thought the cigar cost.
Yeah.
And certain people said like $20. I was like, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. There's no way that this is a $20 cigar. And
Yeah.
that enraged me. I was like, okay, I need to tell people that it's not a bad cigar, but it's not worth this $50 price tag you're getting, right? And you
Yeah.
got like a cutter in the box, you got a little travel case. But in my mind, working at a cigar shop, a lot of this swag stuff is like, it's it's
Gimmicky.
it's giveaway stuff. It's promo stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a pin with their brand on it. It's like, okay, this is this is good marketing, right? But I actually cared about the cigars, and yeah, that, and then I smoked the Etafall on camera because that was like I think $65, and I was like, okay, I need to smoke this to see is it actually worth the price because I don't want people spending $65 on this Placencia if it's not worth the price.
Mhm.
And I didn't think that it was worth the price then. I don't think that it's worth the price now, but it's a phenomenal cigar.
Yeah.
I bought a box of them because I got a discount, right? But it wasn't worth $65 to me. I think that's how much it cost. I don't remember. That was years ago.
Yeah. I will say, what you experienced in that moment, being frustrated with people who were putting these high price points when your palate just wasn't reflecting that same price point.
Yeah.
I think that's a big reason of why I started doing YouTube is because, well, maybe not the same reason, but everyone's taste is so different,
Yeah,
so different. And I want to respect that,
yeah,
but I think we all kind of have that ego about us, like, well, I know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
And that's
But
why I
dude,
started the channel, because
there's objectivity to this. Like you, a cigar that's at that price point should have a certain amount of age on the tobacco that you're not going to get from your average $6, $7, $8 cigar. And you can
correct.
taste the difference in the refinement of the tobacco. And also at that price point, you should be expecting to taste something. This is my philosophy is that you should be tasting something that I can't buy anything that's going to offer this amount of complexity or flavor profile from anything else on the market. But if it tastes like something that you could easily get at a vastly cheaper price, it's like, okay, I'm getting ripped off right now. Like the great thing about working at a cigar shop is you get to smoke everything and
Yeah,
you get to like your experience level grows significantly faster than the average consumer because you're getting it cheaper and because you're around it all day and you feel an obligation to be knowledgeable on every product that's in the shop. Because
correct.
when somebody asks you, what does this taste like? You want to be ready with an answer, right? And
Hmm.
you want to know what the experience is like. Okay, what was the burn like? What was the draw like? Is the construction worth the price? Like all of these things. And like when you smoke that broad of a spectrum of prices, you start to recognize, okay, there's a reason why certain cigars are priced this point, and then why they're priced at this point. You know, like there's definitely some objectivity. You're not going to take a $5 cigar, place a $20 price tag, and convince people that have experience that it's worth $20.
Yeah,
It's just, I mean, people will do it, but they're scamming.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Now, what I will say is I have a friend that owns 3 factories in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And what he'll tell me, or what he's told me, is that no cigar should actually cost $100. Like, no matter the amount of age, no matter the like $50 even, like that's all just you're definitely overpaying, right?
You're paying for the brand at that point. Yeah.
You're paying for the brand, or you're paying for, like, for instance, Plasencia came out with the Alma del Cielo, the blue band, right? And why does that cost as much as it does? Well, I mean, you're not going to get tobacco that was grown at a 3,000 foot elevation from any other cigar. It's like, is that important to you? If that's important to you, then this is it. Also, there's really not another cigar that tastes just like that. So if you want this, you're gonna pony up the 28 to $30 for it,
Yeah.
and that's just
Which
what it
isn't
is.
even, I mean, subjectively, it's not even that much
Right? No, I agree.
comparatively to,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I think, in my opinion, anything over 30, maybe 35 is brand at that point.
yeah. Now, man, so like I said this on a live stream with Budget actually.
Hmm.
Um, and this is my philosophy when it comes to expensive cigars. Um, is that, and this is my philosophy with life. It's the things that you have to sacrifice for that have more meaning because of the amount of sacrifice that you had to subject yourself to in order to get there. Like if you work for something versus just have given it as a handout, you value the thing more because you worked for it. And when you spend $100 on a cigar, that $100 is a sacrifice that you're making, and you're usually spending that type of money on a special occasion like a wedding, a birth of a baby, of a new promotion, something major. And I treat them as monuments. So I will spend that type of money because I want to remember for the rest of my life what I smoked the day that I got promoted, the day that I got married. I'll never forget the cigar I smoked on my wedding day.
Yep.
It was a Davidoff Royal in the Solomon size, and I'll never forget it because it
Exactly.
was $150. Now I think it's even more than that, but that's how much it was at the time.
See,
And
now
it's like,
you make me feel like I should drop a bigger penny on the one I smoke on my wedding day because I've already picked that cigar out, but it's a Opus X Lost City. It
okay,
was only
okay.
$45.
Yeah.
But you know what?
No, dude.
Each his own, yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's not about price, man. Like sacrifice is relative to where you're at, you know? And also like if you want to make it a monument. Like it could have easily been Le Bijou for me. Why? It's my favorite cigar. Why wouldn't I want to smoke my favorite cigar on
Hmm.
the one of the most important days of my life? You know, it's a different philosophy, but my philosophy is I'm gonna spend something that I would never spend just to see what it's like, and I'll forever remember it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a beautiful thing. It's a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thing. But to go off what you said, that's one of the things that I love about cigars is the ability to if you take care of them properly, you age them right, they'll last forever. And like one of the big things I want to do is when my first child is born, God willing, it's a boy. Um, I'm gonna go buy a box of 20 of something. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna smoke one the day he's born, and I'm gonna smoke one on every birthday until he's 18. And on his 18th birthday, we're gonna share cigars. And to hand my son a cigar that I purchased the day he was born,
Bro,
it's
that is
a
awesome.
beautiful moment. It's gonna
That's
be,
a dude, I'm stealing your idea and I'm gonna do the same thing. That is a genius idea, man.
it's gonna be such an amazing experience, and that's why I love cigars so much.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dude, that was brilliant. I've never heard of anybody doing that.
really.
What no, never. I've never heard of that. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm stealing that idea.
go for it. Enjoy it. So question number 15. What does this hobby mean to you personally?
Um, man, it is what does it mean to me? Wow. What it means to me is God. Yeah, it's so much. I'm sorry that I take so long to
Oh,
answer this
take your
question, but
time. We've got all night.
um,
Matter of fact, give me a few minutes, think about it. I'm gonna go run upstairs and grab a V cutter because I'm gonna need that.
nice. That's what I'm doing too. Okay, so for y'all that are watching right now, what we are both going to smoke is the Le Bijou in the box press torpedo. This cigar was cigar of the year. It got number one in 2016 on Cigar Aficionado. And this is a Nicaraguan puro, the wrapper being a Habano Oscuro Pelo de Oro wrapper. Um, so, to my knowledge, this Pelo de Oro that my father has is proprietary and only they can use it. Pelo de Oro translates to mean golden hair because the tobacco grows these little gold hairs on it. Sorry, I was trying
No,
to
you're
keep
good.
people busy in
You're
case.
good. I'll hear it when I'm editing.
Nice. But yeah, this is what we're both going to be smoking right now. And I'm so freaking pumped to see what he thinks of it as we smoke through it. The first cigar that we smoked, he smoked the Liga Privada T52. I smoked the Liga Privada H99 because I couldn't find my T52. So yeah, now we're gonna finally enjoy the exact same cigar together.
All right, let's get into it. I'll put that one down for now. All righty. I got my go-to V cutter, the Zycar, my
Hold on,
absolute.
dude. Hold on, dude. Hold on, dude. Hold on, dude. Is,
Oh no, here we go.
bro, did you see something flying behind me?
No.
Okay. Look, we I've got wasps that will sometimes get in here. So
Oh,
on
I thought you were getting up to show me a cutter you.
no, dude, no. I know what cutter you're about to show me, but I want to see it because I haven't actually seen it on camera. I just know what cigar you're gonna show me. Okay, let's run it. So let me see this V cutter, dude.
All right, the Zycar V cutter,
Oh, you got
beautiful. Everything I have is either full brushed copper or accented brushed copper.
nice.
I
Love
love
it.
brushed copper.
That's a really good cutter, dude.
I kind of want to get the newer one they have, which is the same, but it has a straight cut on the back. And I know I don't like straight cuts, but the cutter looks cool. So to
Yeah,
me, it's worth it.
right. And sometimes you need a straight cut so that hey, at least you have it there in case you do want it, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, that's dope. It's beautiful. I love it.
All right, let's get into it. So this will be my second time having this. First time, very long time ago. Did not like it at all.
Oh,
But
shoot. Well,
here's to expanding your palate. Ooh, already on the. It kind of has like a steak kind of
yeah,
flavor in the.
yeah, definitely. This like meaty, earthy. Do you get any black pepper?
Yeah,
Yeah, right. But it's not significant.
no. And you know what I'm telling you right now? If I do like this, this might be my new go-to for eating with a steak as opposed to red
Oh
meat
yeah.
lovers. Because
Heck yeah.
I love a red meat lovers with my
Yeah,
steak.
I love it too. Great stick. Yeah, see, I just purged.
I like how
That's right.
I was just talking to Budget about how I can't stand people who hold it in their mouth and do it, and here I am doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? It's not as bad as I remember,
Mm-hmm.
but wow, steak. Well seasoned steak is what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now, is steak your favorite meat to eat?
Mm,
How do you like that prepared?
rare as can be.
Oh,
Oh, I love
wow.
it. I love it
Okay.
blooded.
Right.
This is
Dang, dude.
this is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My mother's waving to me through the window.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
It
Yeah, dude, this is
only gets better.
you put me onto this, man. I might have to go. I'm lucky we sell this because this could be my shift cigar every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost I don't want to say better than the T52, but I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
We'll see once you get about an inch into it. That'll probably be a good
Yeah. Then we'll see
spot
how
to
it is with
find
the
a.
wine.
Oh my God, I can't wait, dude. It's great with wine. Because you pair wine with red meat anyway,
Yeah.
you know? And it does have this umami meatiness to it. Um,
Now, I'm
or at
getting,
least this earthiness.
tell me if you agree on this. I'm getting a little bit of like a rosemary note.
Mm. So, okay, one thing I have to say about this is this is the most consistently inconsistent cigar that I love. Like, I think that sometimes I get floral notes out of it, other times I don't.
Okay.
So I can say that rosemary doesn't sound strange coming out of that cigar because I've gotten florals from this before, although it's a hit or miss. Like usually one thing I can truly expect every single time is this dark earthy profile with a chocolate and red pepper. Like those are and like a coffee, like an espresso. Those are like pretty consistent through every single one. But sometimes I'll get oak out of it when I don't. Sometimes it'll be like a lot of leather. Sometimes I'll get floral. Like there's other nuances, but that base Le Bijou taste that I always am reaching for, I always get, which is why I love it so much. But I'm very familiar with this blend.
Yeah, this is I, I'm sad that I sat on this for as long as I did. I bought this
Yeah,
last year.
yeah,
That's good. And
yeah,
it's really fucking good with the wine.
yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm pumped for you, man.
I am getting that a subtle chocolatey.
Yeah, it's subtle. It's not gonna be a chocolate bomb like a what is it? Uh Flathead 660 or like a
That's a good one.
CAO Brasilia, or it's not like a chocolate or even red meat lovers. Like I get a chocolatiness from depending on the Vitola.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, no, this is some may even say that it's dark chocolate just because of how muted that chocolate note is, you know?
Uh, question number 16, I guess we're on. Question number 16. Dream smoking location.
Um, dream smoking location is going to be, man, dude. So there's like two answers for me. One answer is indoors, wherever it's quiet and I can focus all of my attention on the cigar, which is something that I can make happen. And then number two would be just by a beach that's a beautiful, beautiful beach with nobody there during the daytime, but it's not overly hot, just relaxing. Um, but there's not like a city or a country that I
Yeah,
have to be in, just as long as I can enjoy the cigar
it's a
in
good
peace and
answer.
quiet.
Good answer. Number 17. What is a piece of advice you've received that completely changed the way you look at life?
So um, there's a quote that is, if you want a highly meaningful life, adopt more responsibility. The more responsibility you adopt, the more meaningful your life will become. Um, so responsibility is oftentimes something that people shun because they don't want to have to do more, you know?
Yeah,
But life is boring without responsibility. It lacks meaning. It feels empty. That's why, like, having kids, it's a responsibility. Being married, it's a responsibility. Moving up a hierarchy at work, it requires more responsibility, but you feel accomplished and you feel like, okay, I have a real purpose here. So I would say adopting as much responsibility as you can bear.
yeah. Yeah, that resonates very deeply with me because I worked at Dunkin' Donuts for quite some time and I tried to work my way up to management and I wanted to be on the corporate area of things and I even wanted to work my way up to owning a location. And while none of that ended up happening for me due to pretty unfair circumstances, I might say, um, that period of my life to this day was probably the happiest I've ever been, even though I never reached those goals.
Right.
The drive to get to those goals and
Yeah.
the idea of this means something
Yeah.
is the happiest I've ever been in my life.
Yes, dude. Yes. You know, speaking of like goals and that feeling of progress whenever you're striving for something. YouTube had a unexpected consequence that came with it, which was in life, there's not a lot of things that you can do that you're going to be able to have measurable success with instant results to know whether you're doing well or not. So like at the job, it's oftentimes you're grinding for years before you get a promotion.
Yeah.
And the whole way through, you're wondering, am I next up? I don't know. How am I comparing to other people? In a relationship, it's like, okay, am I doing well in this relationship? Because she's upset, and upset doesn't necessarily mean that things are bad. Sometimes you're doing the right thing in the relationship, and your partner may be upset with you, right? And the difference with YouTube is that you'll know whether you're doing something good or bad relatively quickly because you have charts, graphs, metrics, likes, comments, the amount of subscribers. Like you have metrics to show you, are you doing the right thing or are you doing something that's not going to work?
Yeah.
Whereas in real life, you're having to step out on so much faith. It's difficult to know whether you're doing the right thing. But it's always easy to know whether you're doing the wrong thing because the wrong thing leads you to prison, it leads you to suspension, it leads you to homelessness, or and not to say every homeless person was the consequence of doing something bad,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying oftentimes like drugs, you'll know you're doing the wrong thing. Give it enough time being addicted to a drug and you'll start to see your whole life crumble before your eyes. And YouTube is it's like a drug, dude. Like
Yeah.
where it's like, oh shoot, okay, I did really well on this video. What did I do? And I get to look at it, and then I get to look at the chart. Okay, this is where people lost attention. It's like, okay, what does that tell me for the next video? Maybe I'm being too wordy here. Maybe this information isn't beneficial to them. Maybe this isn't what they're looking for. And then you refine, refine, refine until you're finally having success. And it's like, okay, I know what people want from me. Now let me just keep on doing that and level up every time. You know?
Hmm. That's a great answer.
Thank you, man.
Okay. Um, Number 18. When life gets difficult, what helps you keep moving forward?
Um, One thing I want to say is time, like still on the train of YouTube, keep doing what you're doing, dude, because I see the content that you're creating, and I think that the algorithm hasn't caught on yet.
Mhm.
Like you just need to keep putting in the work because what you're doing, I already see that it's going to grow. So good job.
I appreciate
But yeah, as far as the question, what was the question again?
when life gets difficult, what helps you to keep moving forward?
Um, my relationship with God. Um, because there's been times in my life where I was in such a state of depression and have called everybody in my phone book that I thought would care about me at all, and none of them picked up the phone. And that feeling of loneliness was so deep that all I had that was this omnipotent, omnipresent being that says, I'll never leave you or forsake you. And that was always there. And I could always turn to him. And he wasn't going to uh, judge me unrighteously, but he was going to love me like a child and look past my faults. And that is extremely, it's impossible with humans. Like people are so conditional and finicky with their love, but knowing that I can always turn to my father who's in heaven, that's going to be there and care for me despite my shortcomings in life. And that is, he could be the type of distant God that is like, hey, don't reach out to me. I've got a lot going on. I'm trying to solve wars. I'm trying to fix diseases. Why are you bothering me? But instead, he has this deeply personal relationship where he's like, no, come to me with whatever it is, big or small, because I designed you. I created you. I knew you before I even formed you in the womb of your mother. So I'm here. don't forget about me. And it's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day life and the things that we want to accomplish in this life and lose track of the overarching meaning of life itself is that, hey, we're here for a very short period of time. So if I'm going to spend the rest of eternity with this God, I should probably at least have some form of relationship with him and know him to a certain degree, because I got to live with this guy for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
you know, unless you're Adolf Hitler and you go on a quest to destroy everything that's good, quote
Yeah.
unquote. You know what I mean? Hitler's just your stereotypical example of evil personified.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's like God has helped me out through the hardest of times. And at one point in time, I claimed to be an atheist, and life gets hard to the point where it's either I'm going to kill myself or I look up. And I just chose to look up instead of committing suicide that night. And that's how everything changed for me.
Hmm. That's beautiful.
Thank you, man.
Really beautiful. Yeah, I myself, I'm 50-50 on the religion thing, and then I'd say in the past year, I've been exploring it a lot more.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't really been to church, God, probably 10 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, I fancied myself a little bit of an atheist for quite some time. Couldn't
Right.
couldn't wrap my mind around the idea of God.
Right.
But very recently, I've come to the conclusion that you really have nothing to lose. You know,
Right.
it's like you either don't believe in God and that shit's real, and now you're
Yeah.
now you're
Yeah.
fucked. But
Right.
it's
Because what's
just
the point of anything?
yeah, or you put your faith in him, and if it's real, you're good, and if it's not, you'll never know. Because for the
Right.
longest time, and still to this day, I think about it almost daily. I have a paralyzing fear of death,
Yeah.
because nobody knows what happens when we die.
Yeah.
And I've thought of all the different ideas of there's nothing, but what is nothing? Or maybe there's reincarnation, but what does that even mean? And a lot of back and forth. And the only constant that is the least confusing is yeah, there's a God. There's got to be. I'm at a point right now where I believe that there's something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's God. I don't know what it is, but there is a higher power,
Yeah.
because everything that I experience on a day-to-day basis does not just come out of thin air. It
Right.
can't.
Yeah.
So, but
Well
I'm
said.
I'm in the process of exploring it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, it's really like it's one of the most important things in this life to to come to some sort of resolution on, whether that be I don't believe in God or whether that means I believe in God. It's it's like what's more important when you are given maybe 100 years, but in America probably 85 years of life, and it's like in the grand scheme of eternity, if eternity exists, it's like I think that this short spectrum of what we value because it's tangible and what we can see versus all of eternity, it's like maybe I should seek out the unknown to find out what it is that I believe and have the peace of at least knowing. Because the problem with not believing in God is not because there's not good reasons to not believe in God. Like number one reason why people don't believe in God is because they don't understand suffering. They don't understand how a loving, compassionate, all knowing, all seeing God that claims that he loves me will allow me to suffer, especially when it's unjust suffering in the measurement of how humans judge what is right and wrong. It's
Hmm.
like, why is it that some babies will be born with an uncurable disease? It's like, how can this loving God allow this to happen? Right? How
Yeah.
can this loving God allow some entire nations of people to be under oppression from a dictator that's stripping them of everything good? How can
Hmm.
this loving God cause some people to be born blind or paralytics? It's like
Yeah.
that's why most people have a hard time with the concept of God.
And
But God is also not human.
yeah.
And he looks at us not as simply flesh. He looks at us as eternal beings. We were
Hmm.
created to live eternally. So whatever suffering we may endure in this life is a blip in the grand scheme of infinity.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just want you to have faith and trust me through this suffering that is life. It's
Yeah.
not your fault. It is unjust. It's unfair that you're stuck in this situation. But I promise you that if you trust, obey, and seek me, the love and peace that you'll find in me will satisfy you through this process. And I will satisfy you eternally through endless joy that's unspeakable.
Hmm.
And I think that that's that's reassuring. That's why, like, actually in America, we have the most atheists than these third world countries. Why is that? Clearly, wealth isn't what makes us happy. Clearly, wealth doesn't make us feel fulfilled. But in these third world countries, the suicide is negligible. But in America, suicide is off the Richter scale. We have so much suicide. And it's like, why? We have everything that we could possibly want. These Europeans came over here during FIFA, experienced AC in Walmart, in Target, in all of these places, and they're astounded. And meanwhile, we take for granted all of these luxuries that we have here, living in the one of the most wealthy countries in the world,
Yeah.
and yet we complain about the most simple of things. Dang, I'm going on a preaching spree. I'm
Oh, you're
sorry,
good,
dude.
dude. Take your time. You're good.
Like this is my like true passion. Cigars
Yeah,
is secondary to this.
for sure. But to bounce off of that, it's like I I struggled with that for a long time with what you said of, well, how could a God who loves me so much do those things? And I struggled with that for years, and I'm still iffy on it, but I've kind of
Mhm.
come to this conclusion of, in order for this thing to work, in order for our experience on this earth to work properly, it can't be perfect. We
Right?
need we need to experience pain. We need to
Yeah.
experience loss. And like you said, it's unfair that a baby could be born with an incurable disease and die before it's 1 year old. But maybe that happened because the mother who carried that child needed to experience that loss in
Right.
order to take steps to get through what she needs to get.
Right. Yeah.
And that's something that I think about quite a lot.
Yeah. Right. And another thing is we think that our life is ours when we are creation. It's like, who are you to tell me with what I made? This is my I own you. You don't get to tell me that I'm doing something wrong. I created you for my pleasure. And it's like we will what you're saying is absolutely true when it comes to sometimes bad things happen for the sake of the growth of another individual that is meant to do something much greater, but they're not in the state to really appreciate where they're at. Therefore, they have to experience suffering to catapult them to this next level of, okay, I need to do this. People start charities because their child suffered an illness, right? People do amazing things because of the suffering that they experience personally, and they try to correct it for somebody else. And anyway, okay, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, this whole
Oh, you're
podcast.
good. Keep going. You're good.
But when it comes to evil, I'm gonna just end this with this: is another people will say that how is it that God can allow something bad to happen to me when I am not a bad person, right? But when the problem is we compare ourselves to humans, and we don't compare ourselves to God himself. God never lies. He's never lustful, he's never greedy, he's never vengeful in an evil way. He's he's absolutely perfect and pure. And even the most pure person, if they've lied one time, they are evil. The only way that we escape being evil, because if you've done one evil thing, this is how it's like water is no longer pure if you put 1 grain of salt in it. It's
Yeah.
not pure water. It's now water with a grain of salt. It's defiled. And even the best of us are defiled to a certain degree. Uh, all of us have made mistakes. So therefore, we do deserve any sort of evil that comes to us, because this is the fault of, well, in this case, Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Like we're now cursed as a result. But we don't have to be, because Jesus died on the cross to give us a way out of eternal punishment. We were all destined for eternal punishment because we're evil, but we can be clothed in his righteousness, so that when he sees you and sees me, he no longer sees you and sees me. He sees Jesus on the cross because we put our faith in him.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's where I'm in.
There you go. There you go. Nice. Now, before we get into the next question, I'm about to blow your mind. I know you're not going to agree with me on this, and you're going to be like, what the hell is he talking about? But cotton candy. I'm
Mm,
getting a subtle note, and it might possibly be because of the wine.
okay,
There might be something going on between these, but I am getting a very light cotton candy from this.
nice. Okay, so it's like sweet and fruity.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay,
probably coming a little bit from that wine,
yeah.
but so far, 10 out of 10. I'm loving this.
Dude, I'm so happy to hear that, man. I'm loving this too. I'm like, every time I smoke this, I'm like, dang, I'm so happy I'm smoking this.
Oh
Mm.
man. Yeah, this is incredible. I'm definitely gonna pick myself up more of these. This might even, honestly, and I don't say this much about a lot of blends, this might be box worthy for me.
It is.
This
It is.
really might be box worthy.
It's
But
box
I
worthy to me.
do want to try it, and like you said, what you said, the smallest one, the
Yeah, the Petite Robusto.
uh-huh.
Spicy and strong. It gets straight to the point, dude. Straight to the freaking point.
Now, how would you compare this blend versus the Judge? I've never had the Judge.
Mm. So this I would consider to be chocolate, right? Like it, yeah, we said that it's not like chocolatey like the what did we say?
Like the
The
flathead.
Flathead 660, right? But this is really earthy, really chocolatey, and it's going to get spicy, right? The Judge, I would say, is creamier. This has a really nice oily texture on the tongue, right? But that has that oily texture, and it almost comes across as like a cocoa. Like imagine a hot cocoa. So this chocolate cream type of combo. You're gonna get some leather, especially on the retrohale. The on the palate, it some may say it's earth, but I would say it's a little bit more toasty on the palate. It's not as heavy and dark. It's a lot lighter. So if this is the Liga Privada number 9, that is the T52.
Okay.
That's the way that I look at it in its catalog, because the T52 also has this like creamy, cocoa-y type of profile to it, as far as it being lighter than the number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to try the Judge. I have two of them. Different. One is I guess that would be the Petite Robusto box
Well,
press.
is it fat?
It's fat and it's box
Fat and
press
short.
chubby. Yeah.
Oh, good. If dude, the only Judge that's worth smoking is the one that got number 1 on Cigar Aficionado, which is the Robusto Gordo, which is
Okay.
that short and fat Robusto. That's the
Okay.
only one. Like the other ones taste totally different.
Really?
Totally different.
Yeah.
Like you may be good with the Toro Gordo. That's all
That's
another one that you're gonna get some sweetness, but if you dial it down in ring gauge, oh,
yeah.
I'm actually not a fan of it.
I think the other one I have is the Toro. We
Okay.
sell, I think the Toro or the Toro Gordo. but then we also sell one that's it's like the same ring gauge as the 100 años, but it's shorter.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a 52.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Not a fan of that ring gauge at all, at all. That doesn't mean that it's a bad cigar. It's just
Just
I
different.
see why the Robusto Gordo won number one on Cigar Aficionado.
Yeah. Okay. Um, question number 19.
Mhm.
We're getting deep with it here.
Uh,
What do you hope people remember most about you after you leave this earth?
uh, that I was a man with impeccable integrity. They could trust me and know that what I said is what it is.
Beautiful. I like that. And final question, number 20. If you could leave my viewers with one message, what would it be?
Whoa, this is the last question, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
make it count.
Um, if I could leave your audience with what, say that again?
If you could leave my audience with one message, what would it be?
One message. Um, Despite what you may have been told about God, get to know him for yourself. Don't trust what the pastor has told you. Don't trust what your parents have told you. Experience a relationship personally with God yourself. Because there's a lot of people that will distort the scriptures for personal gain or out of pure ignorance. And also, God will love you as an individual. He knows what you've gone through. So what someone else's relationship with God looks like isn't going to be what your relationship with God is like because you're a different person.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, you're like we're getting deep, and I was like, all
Oh, you're
right,
good,
dude.
man. Hey, listen, that's what this series is all about. Progressively getting deeper, getting to know people, and that's what the channel's about, is connecting with people.
Mm-hmm.
So, Memento, I
Mm-hmm.
want to thank you so much for coming on today's episode. Guys, if you haven't already, check his channel out. Good quality stuff. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as
Yes.
always, I will see you in the next video. Peace.
Nice.
If you're enjoying the content and want to support the channel, become a monthly member on my Buy Me a Coffee, link below. You'll get behind-the-scenes updates, exclusive polls, and help shape future episodes. Every bit of support keeps this going. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, keep expanding your palate.